tease. You're such a tease.
It's not even that big of a feature. I just my mind's gone blank. We're going to show off the.
No, don't say it yet. Don't say it.
Let me just share my screen. Right. Hi, welcome to this week's Dev Talk. It is 25th of November 2025, and I'm here with Ben, as always. Ben, how are you doing?
Yes, I'm all good. Got quite a few Elementy updates today, haven't we? So it'd be nice to run over those. But yes, all good here. Got my slippers on because it's cold. How are you doing?
I'm good, and it's cold in the UK as well. It's been very chilly this week. I've put the fire on behind me, which I know when that's a sign that it's cold over here. That the old log burner goes on. But the thing is, sometimes it is a bit enthusiastic, and my back gets really hot. Like
I thought you were
it's
using it as like a literal metaphor of like light a fire behind you, get you going.
under
Stop
my
moving
under my
faster.
ass.
Get those updates out quicker.
Yeah. No, it is a literal fire behind me.
Right. So if you start sweating during the show, then I know why.
Yeah. I was toasty. It's cozy. It's definitely cozy. I do like a fire, but it's
Just one thing, another thing I've noticed, just to change topic there. Sorry, I've got to say this. Mustache talk very quickly. You look like you have trimmed that.
I did. It was so bushy.
Yeah.
It was massive, and the rest of the family had commented on that. If you've thought about trimming that a little bit, and I was like, oh yeah, okay, I'll do that. And then, but annoyingly, I think it's too short now. I'm a little bit annoyed that I was not bullied into trimming, but
I'll have a word with them. I'm not going to let them bully you again. It's not fair.
no.
Yeah, maybe you could have gone a little bit longer.
It's hard when I'm new to caring for mustaches. I didn't, I was like, just got the trimmer out, and I thought this will be fine, and then it was like, oh, okay.
It's okay. We all make mistakes on our first mustache, so it's fine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because it was really thickening out. It was quite bushier than I expected it to get. Yeah. I mean, yours is looking quite good there. Yours is quite full.
Well, it is. I haven't trimmed it. It's going a little bit handlebar-y.
I was just about to say that. I mean, that's when I was shaving and stuff before, I was like, well, how far do you come in?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. I mean, you don't want to end up too far in because that gets a bit to 1945-ish.
My guide was kind of Ned Flanders, Tom Selleck, like people.
Yes, Ned Flanders. You're definitely gone Ned Flanders. I don't know what I've gone. It's more
because it was like I was just like, I'll just make it straight across here so it doesn't come down, and that'll be But yeah, you should go.
I might let it after the next month. I'll let it go all the way down. Maybe join it up in the middle there. We'll see.
Handlebar December.
Yeah, handlebars. Anyway, shall we crack on with these elements updates? We've got quite a lot to cover, haven't we?
Yeah, I mean, we've got a lot of things in the works. There's a lot of big stuff going on with elements and new products we're working on and things for elements that we're not really going to talk about. So today I thought it would just be a bit more of we'll have a bit of a chit chat, and we can dive in and out of elements and kind of show a few new bits. But so elements 1.5.4 should be going live later today. Hopefully, it might be out by the time you're watching this. That's kind of the plan. We've got a few more bits to tidy up in it, and then we want to ship it. But yeah, we can go over a few of the new little things in it that might not be obvious.
Yes, because we have done a few nice updates to the core components, and there's a couple of nice fixes in the app as well, isn't there?
Yeah. So should we just, we could dive straight into the, let's have a look. We could dive straight in and I could show off the, I'm going to say it in a minute. I could show off the,
You're such a tease. You're such a tease.
it's not even that big of a feature. I just, my mind's gone blank. We're going to show off
No,
the,
no, don't say it yet. Don't say it.
let me just share my screen. Right. The image slider.
Oh,
So
the image slider. Yes,
yes,
yes.
woo. So right now, I've just got this set up to slide between these images quickly. Now, if you've used this before, you know you can have pagination and dots down the bottom and things. But I've set this up just to quickly scroll between these. And we had a request on the forum about having a fade effect, so which is something you've added in this week,
Yes.
earlier
Yeah.
in the week, in fact.
Yeah, I can't remember when maybe it was on Monday. I can't remember when I did this now. The days fly by. But yes, simple fade effect works. Yeah, it just works. There's
Hmm.
no settings for it. It's just switch between slide and fade. Now,
Yeah,
when you
and
are
you got,
on fade, one thing to note is that the visible slides there isn't changeable because it's you're just fading from one to the other. So you can't have multiple slides shown. That doesn't really make sense for fading.
and then you've added. It's optional now to have the pause on hover for both things.
Yes, yeah, that was previously on by default, I believe, but you can now toggle that on or off. Because if you want to use this image slider as like a background for a heading or a hero or a banner or something, like you can layer stuff up on top of it. You probably don't want it to pause on hover because you've got content on top of that, and you probably just want some sort of smooth fade effect.
So
So yeah,
if I let's go over this. If I wanted, you might want to put some text over the top.
yeah. Yeah, you'd probably have to put the image slider in a container and then like
I've got
absolute
my image
position.
slider in a container.
Yes. Then you'd probably have to put like uh
Or actually, let
you
me
could just
just.
put text on there or a flex or something inside of there and absolute position the content over the top.
So if I got a heading, and let's drop that in the container. So it appears below here, but I want it in the middle here. So
Yeah, you'd probably do layout on the text there and like absolute position it.
so now we're up here. This is looking good. Let's change the color of it so we can actually see it. Whoop. Um, and on the layout, so on here, are we going to want to set? How do we get this centered? I want it right in the middle here.
Well, if it's just on the text, you'd have to do a little bit of. You could set the sizing to full and then center align the text.
Would you recommend putting this in a flex maybe?
Yeah, I'd probably put the content in a flex and then make the flex like full width and height. And then the flex allows you to control the positioning of the content both horizontally and vertically.
Right. So let's put that back on. So I've put I set my text back to normal. And on my
Okay. Yeah.
flex, I'm going to go and position that absolute.
Yep. And then you can use uniform probably in this case and set that to inset 0. You yeah.
Do I want it on individual?
You can uniform will do it on all of them.
Aha.
And then you'll see it'll go full height and width of the container. So you probably need to
Hmm.
remove like any padding or whatever from the container.
Aha.
Probably
Yes,
got
because I got some crazy spacing on there.
yeah.
Let's just set those to 0.
Yeah, and then you'll
Okay.
see that the flex basically takes up the height of the image slider because it's the image slider that's controlling like the content height now.
Yeah.
And then on the flex,
Ooh, I could just center my text like
you can
this.
center align it. Yeah, you probably want to do that. But then on the flex, you'll want to set the Flexbox settings, and you'll want item center and content center.
On the align, now I just often play with these because sometimes
It's hard
uh,
to know which one's which.
uh, yeah, uh, that was doing it.
You'll want align item center.
Boom.
Yeah, there you go. And center.
Mm.
That's it.
So it is. We've got some cozy vibes here.
And
Yeah.
this is good because at this point you can add whatever content, like if you want like a button in there as well or whatever, you can just put that in the flex and you can just start building up like whatever content you want to overlay. And you can change the flex settings if you want it like down in the bottom left corner, you can do that.
Mm.
So the flex often makes it a lot more flexible to move things around. And you can obviously, because it's a core component, like on the flex, you can set like a backdrop blur if you wanted the slider to be blurred out. Or you can set like a background color.
Mm.
We might have a Z index. You probably have to set Z index on the flex. Will probably fix that.
Yeah. Yeah. We can briefly see the. So this is the kind of problems you would have. So on the flex, what we want to do is go layout, and then on
You
my
want custom Z index.
yeah. And what would we put this to? I could go real high, but you often don't need to.
I
I I know before on the
mean,
forum there was a
generally,
discussion about this.
yeah, it is tricky because you don't know just in general what other things might be set to. So
Mhm.
it does. This is one of the difficult things with Z index. Like you don't know if that image slider has got like a really high Z index. So sometimes you just have to try
Mhm.
your way forward and see what happens. But I think if you set that to but probably 20 will fix it. But the reason it's 20 is because rather than 2 is because Tailwind sort of defaulted to these 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 rather than 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know why they did that.
This is one of the things I was going to say on the forum. People have found 31 is the magic number because I think something on the container was like set to 30. So
Yeah,
often people will go, well, just set it to 31 and it'll be one more than, and that
yeah,
works into the 10, 20, 30
yeah.
rule of you, like you were saying on Tailwind. So let's see. Yeah, that's done it. We probably could have gone lower, but that is.
Yeah, and it doesn't really matter. Like
Mm,
it's not a big deal. It's just
mm,
a layering number of like
mm.
which one do you want higher. So it is highest number wins in
Yeah.
most cases. Generally, you can fix that, but that would be technical. But yeah, that you can just set it to 31 generally if you're in a container and it'll fix it.
Mhm.
I mean, that's
Um,
good, isn't it? You basically got a banner there with a fade. You can adjust the timing. Like I say, you could set like backdrop blur on the flex, and that will blur out those images behind. You could set a background color with an opacity
mm,
on for a
yeah.
darker look and stuff.
Mm. Are you liking these images?
They are. I'm feeling like this could be a wintry vibes resource pack on the way.
It is, yeah. That is this pack is coming on Thursday. That's the plan, and it is a free pack. So it's just like I think it's 50 odd images in there.
50.
Uh, yeah, odd images and just some backgrounds and some nice things. So like wintry vibes, nothing too tacky. There is a couple of pictures of Santa in there,
I saw
but
that they did come in there.
yeah, there's a lot of nice backgrounds like these landscapes and some abstract stuff. So yeah, just
What, and
a
we're
nice
doing
little.
that. We're doing that on Thursday. This is going to be ready for Thursday, is it?
Yes, it's about ready now, to be honest.
Ah, very nice.
Um, so, but we could go slightly off track and just talk about that.
Why
The
not? There is no structure to this podcast. Let's go for it.
No,
But that is essentially the slide thing there. You can very quickly build up a nice little banner.
yeah, this is nice, and I think this is kind of the power of Elements in that it's like, oh, there's no drop zone on that slider, because I think that's what people want as well, which is the easy way to do it, which is easier if there was a drop zone. We're going to do stuff like that later. There's some reasons we haven't done that yet. But often with these things, if you want to do something in Elements, there is a way to do it. It might be a little bit more technical, and you might need to, if you're not familiar with web design, you'd certainly have to ask on the forum how to do it. But this stuff is all absolutely possible.
Yeah. Yeah, it's I get that people want like a ready-made solution sometimes, and we spoke, if it was last week or the week
Hmm.
before, around like components on the store maybe not needing all of the same controls and flexibility and building something more pre-made. But I do think that the core components gives you anyone the ability to compile them together and make something really nice. And that is where I think like template packs come in, because if you don't want custom components, but you can build up some templates, you can create your own project templates, just drag them off into the templates area. Like if you want to reuse that banner everywhere, you can just save that off as a template and it's done.
Mm. Yeah.
So there's no need to complicate all of the core components with drop zones and settings and even more stuff than they already have, because you can just put those, a flex and a image slider together, and you've got a fading banner. Plus you can design it however you want. Like you're not going to be constrained to like, oh, they added like some text, but I don't get all the flexibility of the text component. I only get a couple of the settings.
Yeah.
So I think it makes sense. It's just there is a little bit of a learning curve, and I get that. But once you get into it and you understand, like, oh, okay, I can put two things together and make that banner,
Mm.
it's infinitely more powerful.
Yeah. Yes, than the old way of kind of having these very rigid things, you know. But we understand there's different needs for different people, and in the future, I'm sure there will be a component that allows you to do it very simply, just drag and drop, either by us or by someone else will do it on the store. But for now, you can build these things if you really want to. If that's what you need, you can do it. And there's always custom components and things like that as well. It's kind of, there's not been anything in Elements that I haven't been able to build that that's just absolutely out of the question. It's all doable. Anyway, Thursdays is our plan is that Thursdays will be the day we refresh the store, right?
Yes. Yeah, this is it's going to be good. So we're hoping for pretty much every Thursday, right, to get some new stuff, refreshed updates on the store. At the moment, it's not open to third-party developers, but once we get third-party developers access and they're able to upload their own packs and components and resources and everything, yeah, we're hoping that we can get a bit of an event around the store and getting updates available, at least to begin with, once a week, so everyone knows on Thursdays there's going to be new stuff, nice updates. Yeah.
I think that'll be, well, the idea is to make it a nice event and something to look forward to, because I know I would, as a user. um it's like, oh, okay, I know on Thursday I can check the Element store, and that'll be when the new stuff drops. And that'll include free stuff or paid things, as you said, or updates to existing things. It's like, okay, on Thursday I know, oh, this is the day in the week I can look forward to and get some new goodies.
In time for the
um
weekend.
yeah, exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. And I even though we make it and we kind of get to see behind the scenes, I'm still looking forward to Thursday to be, to get this new stuff out and to kind of make it available. So that's our plan. And we'll obviously take a little break over Christmas because I think we're going to kind of shut down for a few weeks. So during that Christmas period, we're not going to do it. But then starting again in the new year, and this is something we're hoping. This is only since we've launched the store. This idea has come about because we were trying to get products ready, and we thought it would be nice to make it more of an event. So it's not something we've talked with developers about, but I think from the way the store works, if we aim for that Thursday, then we have a time, once we start working with third parties to get their products on, we can kind of review the products, check them, make sure they're ready, make sure everyone's ready, and do it on the Thursday rather than kind of like,
yeah, chopping about. I mean, we'll see how it goes, right? But I think it's
yeah,
a good idea in general for everyone. It's a good weekly goal to aim for. If you know you've got something nearly ready, get it all polished up, ready to go, and it will get released on the Thursday. It also gives, as you say, users a bit of excitement around, okay, on Thursday I know there's going to be some new stuff. So I'll go and check it out. So I think it's works both ways, both for developers and for users. So
yeah,
we think it's going to be good. I'm excited to test it out and see what happens. And yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. We've even got a feature where we can take the store offline while we update it. Harking back to kind of the Apple Store,
We'll be
and
back soon.
yeah, and I think that's really nice. I was saying to Tom, I remember, I don't know if they still do it. Well, I don't think they do, but it used to be a thing with the App Store. There used to be a day when things went live, and also with the music store. Like I think it's like a Friday, like all the new music drops. So, and I remember on the App Store, you used to kind of look forward to the store refreshing and seeing what was new, and so that's the plan. And then it also gives me and you a chance to cover the new things that developers have released, because we can show it off on our dev chat here and kind of take a look and see what's new in the world of Elements. So that's what we're working towards. So do let us know what you think of that idea.
We have
But
got
yeah,
some very, very exciting new things coming soon as well. We've got a few nice things coming this Thursday, and then hopefully in the next couple of weeks, we've got a couple of other bits
yeah.
that I
So
think people are going to enjoy.
yes, yeah, we got some components coming later. We're not shipping any new components this Thursday, but there are some nice other things going on the store.
Yes. Don't
So
give too much away.
no, we'll save it. We'll save it. So some good stuff coming. So definitely on Thursday, worth checking the store. I'm gonna aim for like the store changes would go live at like 10 in the morning UK time. That's when we would push everything live, which I think is good.
Yeah.
We'll see. We're working this stuff
We'll
out
test it out.
as we go. Um, yeah. So what else will be new in Elements 1.5.4?
Yes. I know that this has been requested for a while in the
Mm.
form component.
Yeah.
We have updated the email templates. So we've got rid of the date and time in like the header. I think it was in the header area.
Yeah, because that's
Um,
not that was never really needed, was it?
no, no, it was
It
kind of redundant because like your email client says when you got the email. So I don't think it really matters. So we got rid of that. We also added the ability to choose between some different pre-designed templates now for the form. So we'll put the previews or some screenshots of the different templates on the docs. I've got those saved off. I just need to pop them on there. But there's 4 templates that you can choose from now. There's the one that you've the default, I've called it, which has got that kind of colored header and bordered. There's also a table template, so it lays out all the data in just striped table rows. So like field name, value, field name, value.
Nice.
So good for data-y type stuff. And then there's two sort of cleaner, bit more modern templates. One of them is very basic, looks almost like a normal email, just very white background, clean, just has the bold label and the value next to it. And then there's one of a bit more of it almost looks a bit sort of receipt-y, modern receipt-y type. It's a bit bolder, a bit more centered, and just the values sort of listed out. But yeah, you can check the docs if you want to see what they look.
Well, I do want to see what they look like because I feel like I haven't even seen them, and I feel like Elements is moving so quick. We're all doing so much to the product. Um,
Yeah,
it's like it's sometimes for us, it's hard to keep up with all these changes because we're moving at such a rapid pace to get this stuff out to you guys. So I'm looking forward to seeing those. I just haven't had a chance to catch up with you since you've done them. So
yeah.
that's cool. Yeah.
So there's those. They're a lot nicer, and they
Hmm.
also now allow you to customize the text at the top of the email and the footer text. So I know a few users were asking, firstly, just to customize it, but secondly, that they're not working in English, so they wanted to be able to obviously change that to whatever language they're working in. So you can
Yeah.
do that now directly on the form component in the settings. There's a few new settings to customize those, and the subject line of the email is now correctly customizable as well. So that is hooked up so that the subject doesn't just say new form submission. I can't remember what it said.
Hmm.
It said something like that. It was like hard coded. Now you can change that in the form settings as well. So nice,
Yeah,
nice updates to the form.
that is good because especially if you're French, German, etc. Like then you were stuck with the English before, which is not great, is it? Especially if you're building a site for a client. So it's a bit annoying. So yeah.
I would still
So
recommend using webhooks in general,
aha.
if you
Mm,
can. Obviously, this is just for when you're using the email setting on the form. But
mm,
I do think webhooks give you a lot more flexibility around the data and what you can do. Because if you want to just send an email from that data, you could do that through webhooks, but you could also save off the data. You can manipulate it. You could design your own email template and stuff like through webhooks. That gives you a lot more flexibility.
mm. Yeah, and you could use something like Zapier. And they do have a free tier, and even if you're paying, it's really not that expensive. Um, Especially if it's for a business, I think it would
Yeah.
be.
If you are a business and you're getting that many emails that you can't use the free tier on one of those services, then it's
Yeah,
probably, well, depends, but it's probably okay to spend a few dollars a month to like manage your form. But
yeah,
I get there's certain cases out there where it doesn't. That's why we offer the
yeah.
SMTP emailing.
Mhm,
But
mhm.
I would recommend webhooks over the emailing in general.
And the webhooks is a good use for if you want to design your form in Elements, use the webhook and Zapier. Uh, um, if you have a newsletter or a subscribe form, if you want to collect that information on the back end, you can use Zapier and then you can hook it up to any of the newsletter services like MailChimp or which whatever. It's
Yeah.
kind of supports everything. It's crazy.
Yeah, maybe some people haven't used one of these services before, but it's
Mm,
basically you put the URL they give you into Elements, and
mm,
Elements will fire the all the data off to that URL. When it
yeah.
receives it, you can then add as many steps as you want. So you can say like, add it to a Google Doc, add it to my newsletter, send an email to someone. Like you can just
Mm.
do as many things with that data as you want. So it gives you a lot more power and flexibility.
Yeah, it's it is really powerful.
Yeah.
Yes. Hurrah for webhooks. And
Yes.
the fact we have that feature built right into the form, it's crazy good. And that's all built into Elements. I mean, that is,
Yeah, there's no paid add-on. That's just the forms just let you do that.
yeah, really, really nice. One of the other changes in Elements, and this came up on the forum, is using underscores and dashes and %20 in names, because Elements had been using a bit of a mixture of
Yeah.
those things. Um,
Yeah, I'm not the super SEO-y URL expert on the web, but I do know that it seems like pretty much the standard is to use hyphens or dashes. I
mm,
don't know
yeah,
whatever you want to
dashes. We'll
call it,
call them
dashes,
dashes.
instead of underscores. I think underscores feels like that it originally on the web was underscores, but at some point it was like dashes are just easier for people to know where the keystroke is, I think, a lot of the time. Because like underscore, you've got to push shift and then another key, whereas I think dash was just that key.
Mm. I find it easier to, weirdly, I find it easier to read when there's dashes in it. I
Yeah,
don't know why the underscores really throw me on the name. I don't like the way it looks.
yeah,
Weird.
no, yeah, yeah. So and then %20 is basically an encoded
Mm,
space for people who don't know why is there a %20. It looks very odd. Yeah, that's basically an encoded space character because obviously the URL needs to, it can't have a space in it. Like it needs to know all of the
yeah.
characters. So yeah, we've removed those.
Yeah, so now if when you're naming files and folders and things, Elements will always default to a dash. Or at least it should, because at the moment, if you left a space in folder names, I think it was doing %20 when you were writing. If you put a space in the inspector, it was doing %20 there, uh, and I think in some cases it was doing underscores. I can't remember exactly where. Um, and then in some cases it was doing dashes. Because we manage everything, there we just hadn't quite married everything up. Um, just a bit of an oversight on our part. So we're correcting that. So that is something to watch out for when you upgrade to 1.5.4, that your URLs might change if you've been using spaces in folder names, which I don't think most people have, because otherwise your website address would be whatever.com/folder %20 name, and I don't think anyone's doing that. So it shouldn't, this change we're implementing shouldn't affect anyone. You shouldn't notice any different. You should be able to just publish your website. The only, maybe if you're hard coding things in for the CMS, and you had your resources named something different, like there may be, you shouldn't notice any difference. But that, I did want to highlight that we are switching to dashes everywhere
Yeah.
for that.
Yeah, I mean, there might be a very, very edge case. A couple of
Yeah.
users have done it, but I don't think. I mean, we can't be a serious web builder anyway, and continue with that either way. So
No, it had to be done. It had
yeah,
to be done. But worth knowing for when you upgrade, double check things. I think you'll be fine. But if things, especially if you're using the CMS and it's like, oh, that image isn't loading, check out your resources, and see if things are changed.
yeah.
Uh, yeah. But
I've got a question on one of the other ones. Added publishing connection type to the publishing setup window. Again, this harps back to I haven't seen this. I don't know what this is.
aha. Rather than describe it, I will attempt to share my screen again. Here we go. Here we go. So, in the publishing setup, right now you pick which connection type you want.
Yeah.
And you used to create this, and then when you'd created this, you couldn't tell what it was because this publishing method was not here.
Oh,
You
really?
couldn't tell what it was, and you couldn't change it. So now we've added this back in. This was something we had in Classic,
Yeah.
and when we redid this, um, it was kind of like a thing. Well, why, you add SFTP? Why would you need to know? Why would you need to change it? It's fine. We'll
I
just
see.
do it
Yeah.
here. But
Okay.
yeah, so it's a nice little addition.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay, that makes
super
sense.
handy.
Yeah.
One of the
Yeah,
things
I
we
mean,
never,
you might accidentally add FTP instead of SFTP, I guess. Kind of annoying if you have to re-add
yeah,
it.
yeah, completely, yeah. And you're not sure. The other thing we never, this has been in for a while, but we never really highlighted it, is we added the bookmarks feature.
Yeah.
So you can actually manage um, bookmarks, which is really handy. And this is across projects. So if you always have a test server you use, you can add it in here, and then yeah, just add that.
Yeah, that was something that I wasn't using so much before.
Mm,
I don't know why, but it is very handy if you've got, as Dan said, if you've got a server that you always use that you're going to publish stuff to. Like I've been doing a lot of test projects recently with the with the stuff we've been building, and
mm,
it's very handy to always have that server set up, no matter if you're doing a new project or you want to publish an old one or a test project
yeah.
from a user. Very, very handy, those bookmarks.
And the other thing that's new um, in here is a link URL on image
Yes.
resources.
Yeah.
We don't currently use that, but
We don't.
we needed no, we needed to add it for an upcoming component we're building. So maybe we'll just leave it at that. That's why that's in there. It is accessible via the Elements API. So if you're third party, you can use it to build things with. Again, like we said before, we add this stuff and it's all public. But yeah, that's in there because we need it. Well,
Yes.
it stems from customers wanting something in, and it's all very cryptic. It's like, but we're adding this stuff because customers are like, oh, I want to be able to do this, and we're like, we can't actually do that unless we add feature X. So we've added that, so you can attach a URL to an image.
Yeah.
So that's cool. It will be cool. It'd be
Yeah.
great.
And you can
Nice little
type in
feature.
whatever you want there. You can be an offsite URL if you want to like link to someone else, or you can have like, obviously just a slash photo slash wherever. So a
Yeah.
local as
So
well.
it's not used in any of the built-in components yet,
No.
but it will be. But it will be.
Mm.
We can take advantage of that. And yeah.
You really
So
are being a tease today. You've teased so much.
it's isn't it annoying? It's really annoying because it's like we could talk about all this stuff, but then it's like, well, we're not releasing it this week.
No, you'll have to wait and see for next week
It's,
or the week after. We'll see.
yeah, yeah. It's there's a real, because the problem is this is something we kind of struggle with a little bit. You can be really open, but if you tell people you're building something and you're doing this and that, and then it takes longer than expected, people get annoyed. And then if your plans change and you change how it works because of technical limitations or time limitations, whatever, then people get annoyed again. And I mean, rightly so, because like, oh, I really wanted that thing and I want it now.
Yeah, it's all about
So,
expectations. If you're expecting one thing and you get another thing, it's always a bit of
mm,
a, well,
mm.
if it's not as good as what you were expecting, there's a bit of disappointment there, and that's not the best.
And I feel like we've experienced this a bit with the CMS, or a fair amount with the
Yeah.
CMS, because people, and we have a vision of how it's going to be, but it's a huge undertaking, and it's going to take time to get it to where we want it to be. And yeah, I can see the frustration. People want it to do more all the time. But
We'll just
you know,
have to
it's
tease them again with more updates.
yeah, it's a balance, and we do have some
It is.
more. Like we can't remember who said it on the forum. They were like, "Oh, I noticed in one of your videos, you've got more CMS components than we have."
I think it was Pegasus.
Yes, Pegasus. Yeah, we
Yeah,
do.
I do. I do
And
have quite a few CMS components, but
yes,
they're the ones that you might see in any of my videos. They're not necessarily made components. I should probably hide them really, because some of them are prototypey ideas of like, could we do this? Would this work? Is this even technically feasible? Can I make it nice for the user to be able to get this? So that it might look like, oh, they've got CMS components just sitting there ready to go, and that's just not the case. Like some of them are very much prototype of like, even just prototype of how it might look on the page with some settings, or prototyping of like, can I fetch the data in the right way? Can we do A, B, and C?
because we're not moving. Elements is moving fast and everything around it, but we're not moving. We're not in a hurry to move fast with the CMS because we want to keep improving what we have and keep refining it to make sure it's a really solid base that we can continue to build on. And especially if we're looking at building an online component to it, we don't want to rush into that, because when you rush these things, you start making mistakes, and then it's like, we shouldn't have done that, and then you've got this massive technical debt that's hard to get out of. So the CMS is a key part of Elements going forward, and we're just going to continue building on it. Continue.
And it's
And
almost like we planned this, because I've got the last sort of updates are on the CMS here that I need to tell people about. So we didn't plan this, but these are the other updates
yes, we
coming
did.
in the next version of Elements. And on that note, they are refinements, they are fixes and improvements. Like I said on the
Nice.
forum, no new components just yet, but we have fixed an issue with related items and pretty URLs. If you had the related items component that we released a few weeks ago on an individual item page with pretty URLs, it was putting the related item as like a query parameter string. So at the end of the current URL, it was just putting query item equals related item slug, whereas it should have been doing like /post/ related item. So we fixed that now. So those pretty URLs work in the related items correctly. Next one, we
Nice.
added Twig International Extra for internationalization features and filters. So this came from Webhook, but they wanted to a couple of users, I think, wanted to format the dates in German, possibly.
Fullerman. Was it Fullerman?
Could have been. Shout out to Fullerman.
Just even if it wasn't you. Hi.
So you can now use the internationalization features in Twig for things like the date filter. So you can get the correct, like you can get Saturday in German, for example. So that's a good little update. That will just start working. You can use it as if it was, as if it's any Twig project. No special, nothing special needs to be done. We've also fixed an issue where large amounts of pagination items would cause issues on smaller screens. So if you had lots of like 1 to 10 on the pagination, that was causing an overflow scroll issue on smaller screens. So we now ensure that all the pagination numbers are wrapped as the screen gets smaller, so they'll go onto new lines, so it won't cause a scroll issue.
Very nice. There's a lot of things in there, isn't there? There's a lot of
Yes.
fixes. The list of things on 1.5.4 is fairly long. It almost felt like we should have called it 1.6.
Yeah.
Sometimes these numbers are a bit arbitrary. It's like,
Yeah, it almost feels like marketing
mm,
numbers at this point.
mm,
And we had a little discussion a while ago. I totally get why if you're not like Chrome, I think Chrome was one of the first ones to do this, where they just started incrementing the number on every
yeah,
single release because it's not a paid for app. They don't
mm,
need to sell you upgrades to it. It was just like, no, it's Chrome 39. I don't know what they're on
mm,
now, probably like 3,500 or something.
mm,
But like the number didn't really matter anymore because of the way you can get software updates these days. It's kind of
mm.
just like, it is just a marketing thing at this point, I think.
Yeah, the point system, I find the numbers a bit more memorable. And maybe it's better for users because we do the subscription thing, or we have our special type of subscription where you can stop it but still use elements, like
Mm.
even when it's finished, but you don't get updates. It feels like it's easier to know, oh, I was on 1.5.3. I don't know why, rather than 367.
Yeah, yeah, I don't know if that's just our thinking of like that's just how software has been for like ages.
Mm,
Whereas these days, I mean, some of the I think Sketch does it, like they're just on
yeah.
like 150 something or whatever they're on. I don't know. So there are a few apps that do it. I can see arguments both ways, and it doesn't really matter at the end of the day.
No, but you can, it's more an event like when you go to version 2.0,
Mm.
it's like, because I think
Well, it
when,
it is if you're doing paid upgrades for that version,
yeah,
which is a bit
yeah.
more of traditional, old schooly way of selling stuff, isn't it?
Mm. I know, but Elements isn't, we don't do that with Elements.
No.
But when we get to 2.0, I th- that version will have some new features, like, and it'll be like, ooh, like some big new features. We're adding new features every bloody week. It's
Yeah.
like it's ridiculous. But some big changes or some big things, and then we would call it 2.0, and that would,
Yeah.
it's weird. It's weird. And I feel like that would be right, rather than if we were just, oh, now it's version 237.
Yeah.
That was the big one when we added Tailwind 4 or something.
Yeah. Yeah, because our version number would already be ridiculously high. Like the amount of updates that we've pushed out since the first like alphas. I don't know
Yeah,
what we'd be on.
it would be over 100.
That is, yeah, that's crazy.
Hmm. Yeah, on the forum, I think it was Flash. Sorry, Flash. He was
Shout
saying
out
about,
to Flash.
it, enough with the store. Get updating the app.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I've just felt a bit like, oh, come on. Like, do you know how many releases we do, and how, even though there's been a lot on the store, there's been a lot of component updates as well, and
Yeah.
we definitely don't want that. It was I was like, oh, we've been working so hard on everything. And then, when you see comments like that, and I know he didn't mean it badly or anything, it was just like he wants some other stuff that he wants. And it was like,
Yeah, but
ah,
I think it's just again, I mean, it's a little bit on our side with communication and then
mm,
expectations of like ensuring everyone understands what this store is,
mm,
because it opens up it's the foundations. A lot of it is foundational for where Elements is going in the future as well. So yeah, it might seem like the app like features that you might use dragging stuff onto your web page, you might feel like those have been sluggish, even though I think we have actually still shipped a lot of updates
mm,
in the last few weeks to components and
mm,
everything. But
yeah.
if you're not seeing, or you're waiting for a specific thing, it feels like, oh, they're not updating the app. But everything on the store that we've done and shipped in the last few weeks, and we spoke about this the other week, would have taken most teams months and months and months, if not more than a year, to ship what the store is. So it's like you put on the forum there, we are moving at breakneck speed with updates and stuff. It just, I think sometimes we get, again, like you said before, we get into this funnel of like a massive feature, and we put a lot of focus and energy into making sure that is as good as it possibly can be. And then we come back to some other updates and fixes, and you see more and more and more of those rolling out. So I think it goes in a bit of waves of different types of updates.
Yeah, because I know people are waiting for Tailwind 4, and they're waiting for typography updates like
list support and stuff.
list support and things. But when you look at the bigger picture, you think, well, how urgently do we actually need these things? It's annoying they're not in there, but
yes,
I don't think not being Tailwind 4 has held us back yet. Like we're going to update it. We will do, and it'll be great, but it's not urgent. There's not your website. You're not going to be able to build an infinitely better website when we switch to version 4 of Tailwind. It's not suddenly going to change everything and suddenly your website's going to be better because you can use Tailwind 4. There's some nice things in it, and it allows us to do a lot, blah, blah, blah. But it's not going to move the needle for anyone. And it
no,
certainly, so there's that. The list support would be great in the typography component in the theme settings, but you can work around it for now. Like you posted on the forum, and I put it in the manual about how to manually style your lists, so you can do it right now. You don't need to wait for us.
Yeah, and that the user I've forgotten who the user was that said this, but they basically said, "Oh, now I realize I can do that. I can start moving my old projects over." Like it was a blocker. I've forgotten who it was now, but
But it was moving over the alloy. His
yeah,
alloy post, was it one of
I think
those?
so.
Yeah,
I think so. A classic project of some sort.
yeah.
And just to realize that, oh, okay, I can style lists. So again, I mean, it's always an educational thing of an understanding and the learning curve and everything. But we've said you can pretty much do it in Elements. You just need to know where to put the thing. And just knowing that you can do like those arbitrary list classes on the typography component right now, I mean, that will style your list for you. Yes, it's not as nice as typography, but there's a workaround for it. So yeah, that's why we haven't focused on some of those issues right at the moment, at least.
Yeah, sometimes it's really hard. You want to do everything, and we've got people. Sometimes it can feel when there's a lot of negative feedback, or not. It's not necessarily even negative. It's just like you want this stuff. It feels like you've got a lot of people screaming at you, wanting all the things, and we just need to prioritize. And annoyingly, arguably, like the store, we've had to prioritize that, because if we didn't, then the third parties we can never get them on board properly, because it's the whole distribution system, as we've talked about before, that we want. We could have gone the classic route and just said, open it up, do whatever you want to do, third parties, but it would have been an absolute mess again. That's what happened in the end with Classic. Because if you're watching this and you used Classic before, you know what it's like if you've lost an add-on, or the add-on developer goes out of business, you can't find where to install that add-on. You move to a new Mac. Where's all your add-ons? I've got to re-download them. Oh crap, I moved to a new Mac and I forgot to move my add-ons, and now I've got nothing and I need to go and find them all again. You don't want that. We don't want that to happen to any user ever again.
Yeah.
Because we've got Elements is a fresh start, and we've worked out how to build a system where you won't have to lose add-ons. Everything will be there for you. So it's, yeah, I want to do
It's
all the stuff.
foundational. It's foundational
Mm,
to the app, and that is a massive
yeah,
feature that we shipped in a very short period of time. It's just,
yeah.
yeah, I get it. I get why people want other things that move their site forward right now. But it's a good thing. Like, people are invested in Elements and they want stuff and they're shouting about it. I think it's a good thing.
I hope this hasn't come across as us moaning about users, because I absolutely love the users, and it helps push us and focus us and push us forward, like to know where to focus our energy.
Yeah. No, I think it's good. Well, that's how we've built the entire app, is around user feedback, and suggestions, and
Hang
making
on a
sure we
minute.
build
I'm going to
stuff.
have to pause this. Hello. I'm going to have to cut that out. A yappy dog.
Cut that out. The dog barking.
The dog
Gone
barking. Someone
crazy.
come to the door.
Ah.
Do you not know I'm on a podcast? Or is it a vodcast?
Dog doesn't care.
Oh, that's what happens when you work from home.
Yeah, it is.
Uh,
Kids and
um,
dogs.
yeah. Anyway, yes, it's definitely not. I didn't want this to come across as moany.
No, I don't think it is.
Well, I guess we'll find out. I'll
Yeah,
have
I
to.
probably shouldn't. I probably shouldn't be the judge of that. We'll let other people.
No, no, no.
No,
We're
we want
just.
your feedback. We want users' feedback. That's how it shapes the app, and that's how we've been working the whole time. So keep the feedback coming. We get it. But yeah, just everyone needs to know that we are moving fast, and there's big things on the horizon as well.
Yeah, and we just feel frustrated we can't move fast enough sometimes, like we're all working on this every day, and yeah, there's only so many hours in the day, and we already work too many hours, and yeah, it's we'll I feel like we're almost there. We need to get the store, and then we can turn our attention to some of those other bigger things that you guys want, and you know
Yeah,
it'll be great. And then, well, we're just going to keep going, and improving this.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Nice.
it's all good.
We're coming up on an hour. We said it'll be like
It's
half an hour or so, didn't we?
20 minutes.
Yeah, 20-30 minutes we said before we started
Yeah,
recording.
yeah, a lot of stuff to cover. A lot of stuff to cover.
Good stuff.
Um, yeah, good stuff. So we'll wrap this up. Check the store on Thursday. If all goes to plan, we'll have some new free things on the store on Thursday for you to check out and download. That also, on Thursday we will be doing, because I don't think there's any. I think the discounts on the new products we launched have run out on the store pretty much, so nothing's on sale. On Thursday it will be the Black Friday, the actual Black Friday weekend, Cyber Monday. So what we're going to do on the store, the discount won't be as big as the launch discount, because we want, again, those of you that bought it at launch, we kind of want to say thank you for supporting us, bought those products at launch. So still going to be a discount. So if you haven't bought it, or any of the products on there, like the essentials pack, or the new before or after slider, there will be a discount on those over that special spendy weekend.
Yeah.
So if you do want to pick those things up,
Yeah.
yeah, if you do want to pick those things up, that would be the time to do it.
Yeah, that'll be the time, because I don't know if or when we'll be doing big sales on those things again.
No,
Because
no,
we'll have done it twice then. So yeah, that'll be your chance to pick it up at a good price.
yeah,
Yeah.
yes, or just download the free things we're shipping.
Yeah.
So yeah, good.
No
All right,
discount on
yes,
those.
yeah. Actually, we're going all out. There's 100% discount on those.
Yeah. Nice. That's it.
All right. Good. I will see you. We might do another one of these later in the week.
Yeah.
Um,
Thursday
if not,
maybe.
it'll yeah. If not, it'll be next week.
Yeah. Cool. We'll speak to you then.
All right. Thanks, Ben. I'll catch you
Yeah.
later.
Cheers.
Bye.
Bye.